Wild horses return to the South East Nature Reserve with a difference.
We've lost 90% of our rare meadowland. We've lost 50% of our woodland.
This is Stodmarsh near Canterbury. The countryside around me now is part of a pioneering conservation project. The plan? To recreate the primeval landscape of 7,000 years ago. In those days, you didn't need interference from human beings to do your conservation work for you. Nature was left to take its course. However, for this new wilderness to work, a team from Kent had to set off for a foreign land. There are 3 words to describe this country: flat, flat, and flat. It's a country that's not only known for its flatness, but is particularly noted for its extreme lack of hills. It is, of course, Holland. They don't call it the Low Country for nothing. Now, in this gradient-free land, a bit to the east of Amsterdam, they have a nature reserve which goes by the name of Oostvaardersplassen, literally, the place of the people who went east. They let nature take its course. It's the hands-off approach. In as much as possible, they let the place look after itself. It's nature in its purest form. People are not allowed to interact with the animals, so the ranger has to give him a special guided tour. They're joined by Peter Smith from the Kent Wildlife Trust, and Peter is very impressed.
Oostvaardersplassen is fantastic. I mean, what a wealth of wildlife. I've never seen so much rare birds, so many rare forms of plant, all living in one area. It's fantastic.
Wild horses. They call these conic horses, and they are virtually identical to the wild forest horses of Europe, which very nearly died out towards the end of the 19th century and haven't been seen on the south coast of England for about 7,000 years. But these horses are able to look after themselves, so they are essential for a hands-off nature reserve in Kent. Oostvaardersplassen has got hundreds of wild horses roaming around the place. Yeah, this is Blauwkamer, 50 miles to the south, and this is where the horses are bred by Tjenske Lubak. Peter from the Kent Wildlife Trust has helped to raise some cash, and they are buying 12 horses for Stodmarsh from Tjenske.
They are very sturdy horses. They can live by themselves in the wild, no problems with getting their foal and things like that. So they are just perfect for living freely in these wild nature reserves.
And so the lorry arrives from Kent. The task now is to persuade the horses to climb aboard. And they're off. Today's journey starts in Holland, goes through Belgium and France, destination Kent. Of course, when you're driving horses through 4 countries in one day, it's important to take things slowly and not to go at a gallop.
You just have to be easy, you know, easy on the bends and try and give them an easy ride, you know.
Though most of it is closed, there is one small corner of Oostvaardersplassen which is open for the locals to cycle over and enjoy the wildlife. They think it's great. In any language.
Ja, nice. Alles mooi, mooi, ja.
Het is moeilijk, hè, Engels?
Ja, heel moeilijk. Stress, stress.
When we are stressed.
Hier. Voet weg. Moet je lachen.
She says, it's very good.
They've now travelled through 3 countries: Holland, Belgium and France. There's just one more to go. And the White Cliffs of Dover are getting closer. We finally arrived in Stodmarsh. And you know what? The cows are surprised. They haven't seen wild horses in Kent for 7,000 years. As far as Peter Smith is concerned, there's nothing more important than the conservation of nature.
We've lost 90% of our rare meadowland. We've lost 50% of our woodlands. There's so much wildlife dying out. We are part of nature. Mankind is not separate from nature. We need nature.
Well, it's 3 months since our last visit and we've come back to Stodmarsh to find out how the horses are getting on. Peter, how are they coping?
Well, as you can see, they're in great health. They've been eating all this grass around here. They're looking absolutely fine. We've had no health problems. We've had the vets in. They're absolutely wonderful and nice and healthy.
And they're amazingly friendly and docile for wild horses.
I think it's because these are wild horses, but they're just not used to man, so they don't see us as a threat.
We've got the winter coming. It can get very nippy over here. How are they going to cope with that?
They're actually used to much worse winters, so this lovely coat we're feeling here is going to keep them very warm through the winter.
So they're going to have a lovely Christmas, but they're also doing something to help the countryside here, aren't they?
These wonderful horses, they love to eat all the reeds and the grass, and what that does is create diversity, which allows a lot of wildlife to live. If man has to, the people here at this nature reserve actually have to cut the reed backs by hand to help nature along, but the horses will do it themselves and they'll do it better, so there'll be more wildlife here.
Because you can actually see, looking at the reed beds there, where their bodies have created channels through the reeds.
Absolutely, and that gives special homes for certain types of birds, butterflies, insects, dragonflies, all that kind of thing.
So this is becoming a much more natural wildlife reserve with the help of the horses?
Absolutely. The natural processes are what we're trying to recreate here.
And obviously people want to see these beautiful creatures. They won't be lucky enough to get as close as we have to them today, but can they come down and at least watch them?
Absolutely. Beyond the stream we have here, there's a footpath where people can come along and watch them. Obviously they can't come and see the horses like we've done today, but they can see them from afar and see them doing their natural thing.
I know, there's some sneaky little huts over there. What are they for?
There's 5 bird hides on this reserve, so people, if it's a bit windy, they can come in, have a sit down and watch all the wildlife around them in quiet and peace.
And if you want more information about how you can come down and see the wild horses of Stodmarsh, then visit our website, bbc.co.uk/insideout.